Welcome, and thank you for joining for another whiskey review. Today, we're going to take a look at the Glen Scotia 8-year-old PX cask from the 2022 Whiskey Festival. Dustin, 56.5% ABV. Did I miss something?
Peated.
Peated. I said PX cask, did I not?
You said PX, not peated.
Oh, I did not. Forgive me. PX peated cask. Dustin, there's a lot of words on here that I like.
There is, yeah. When I saw this, I was like, Mike may not like the words 8-year-old, but everything else about this sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Cask strength, PX, peated.
Yeah.
No,
limited edition. You know I like all these things.
Now, they don't say anything about if it's they're heavily peated or not. And I don't know how many different peated levels Glen Scotia does, but...
Obviously unfiltered, I would imagine. Is this colored?
I don't believe so, Mike. I'm almost positive they don't, but...
I didn't see any writing.
I don't believe they stated here, but... First off, who's going to give you a color that light with PX cask? Like, that is... I'd be shocked if that's... Colored, yeah.
I agree.
And also, it's part of, again, it's the...
It's a festival.
It's the malts festival,
yeah. Cask strength, and you're not sure
who's doing that, but, I guess they could. I guess I didn't bring the box with me, so maybe it says it on the box.
Anyway, we try to give you all the details. I'm sure you don't really... Not big of a hang-up on that particular detail, but we like to give it to you if we know.
Yeah, I think we've all kind of had to just accept, you know what? There's great whiskey that's got coloring.
Oh, Dustin.
PX is on the nose, buddy.
Whew. Dude, it's not only that. It's PX, it's smoke, and it's a very recognizable Glen Scotia Victoria. Was it
Victoriana, yeah. It's got that like bakings. It's like that allspice meets just a little bit of Christmas spice notes in there.
Ooh, Dustin.
Like gingerbread cookies is coming through on those spices with just a little bit of like that allspice, like you get in the
Christmas spice,
like savory cooking kind of thing. There's like behind it, some white pepper in there for sure.
You're getting a lot of the things I like about the Victoriana. Am I saying that right, Victoriana?
Yes.
A lot of things I like about that with just smoking PX.
Yeah, I love the smoke notes coming through.
The smoke note is actually more tantalizing to me than the PX, at least initially.
Yeah, I was not going to buy an 8-year-old Glen Scotia until a friend of mine, JD Bourbon Approach, sent me a single cask peated from like Poland or something. Just a little sample, and I was like, oh my God, this is good. And it set me off on hunting down to get my own peated Glen Scotia.
Well, here's the thing. I think we mentioned that in our few Glen Scotia reviews that we have, that this is a good malt.
It is, but they do a light peat on the stuff we've reviewed. This is their heavy peat.
Yeah.
Man, is it noticeable.
Yeah. So Glen Scotia, Campbelltown Distillery, for those that don't know. They were there with Springbank and what was that third one again?
Glengyle. Kilkerran obviously is the product, but Glengyle is the distillery.
If they're going to call me a villain, I'm going to give them a villain. Little joke for our Kilkerran friends there. But no, I tell you what, this is a excellent nosing whiskey. It doesn't smell young. No. It smells punchy.
Yeah, well, I do find that like that Victoriana spiciness that you're talking about, I associate with youth, but it may not be youthful at all, because I know Victoriana's apparently got like 15-plus-year-old whiskeys batted it together.
We haven't had enough from this distillery to really nail that down. But yeah, initially, that is basically a lot of what our experience is, but it never felt young to me. Punchy, yes, but not young. There's a difference.
Yeah, I haven't had a really young version of their stuff. This might be the youngest. I think Victoriana does have younger whiskeys in it, but like I said, it's got older stuff.
I'll tell you what, I think our buddy Keith finally found his king of the 8-year-olds, which is a category he loves. And we mean that. He's such a whiskey fanatic that he is passionate about that age category.
We were dogging the Lagavulin 8 one night, just while we're drinking together, and we're being even a little harsher on it than we really believe it is, just to mess with Keith. And he went on a rant about how it was one of the best 8-year-old whiskeys on the market. And I just looked at him and I said, is that a category of whiskey that exists?
Which naturally led to who's giving out trophies for 8-year-old whiskey.
Yeah, I'm like, is that an award?
So since then, we've been hypersensitive to the 8-year-old whiskeys in general. And I got to tell you, I know it started out as a joke, but this is one of the best 8-year-old whiskeys I've come across.
Most are not very good.
No. No, most are an embarrassment 8 years old.
Yeah, it's like you guys just are trying to steal money because you're like, screw it, we're not going to wait another 2 years to get a good whiskey.
I tell you what, though, we've become rather educated on the series or on the category.
A topic of
Sadly. All right. Anyway, inside joke. Sorry, guys. Coming back to me.
yeah. But anyway,
Yes,
there's a nice vanilla note here, Mike. It's almost got like a little bit of powdered sugar coming in there as well. Initially, the richness of the PX is there, but very quickly you get past it, and you can get into the malt. The smoke integrates really well with the whole experience.
Agreed.
It doesn't like overpower anything here.
Such a nice compliment.
So it's really rare you can get PX, peat, and a very distinctive malt all playing on the nose, even just beautifully. And
Agreed.
like they're all here. No one's being overpowered.
Dustin, well said. And I hate that phrase, but it applies here. Very well said. They all three play a nice mix. I think it's because the PX takes a little bit of a step back. It's there, but it's the third in line as far as what you get. I mean, you get that smoke, you get that Victoriana, very similar profile, and then that PX is there giving you waves of milk chocolate. Dustin, give me what you get on the palate.
Oh my God, buddy. You just get blown away by this rich, powerful red fruit from the PX. It's super sweet, and it takes over the entire arrival. But then as soon as you get past that, the spices come rushing in. Lovely, lovely Glen Scotia spice. And then you swallow, buddy, and I mean, this isn't a little bit of peat. This is all out. If this is not their heavily peated, I got to find out what they have that's more peated. Because it hits you with just this wallop of smoke. And then as the finish comes in, you're right back to Glen Scotia. Spices, Glen Scotia, a little bit of funk. Absolutely incredible. Wow, what a beautiful, absolutely stunning whiskey. And God, I mean, the 8-year-old whiskey doing this is incredible.
On the mouth. Oh. Spiced apples and chocolate. Deep spiced apples and chocolate. As soon as you swallow, smoke and spice. Big time smoke and spice. As long as you kept it on your mouth, it was spiced apple, peeled spiced apple, and chocolate.
Yeah.
Spiced apples are swimming in chocolate.
I left out the chocolate note.
And then, man, as soon as you swallow, dirt, soot, and spice. Strong. I mean, none of these are light. Did you pour more of this or did you pour water in?
I poured water.
All right.
And let me tell you, watch when you put water in there, Mike, watch the oils separate. It's crazy how well it separates.
Oh, it's the river.
Yeah, you just see those oils separating and the water
Smells just part of the Red Sea right there.
Yeah, that is gorgeous.
Now, some red hots, or I would say like baked strawberry is kind of settling in right here on the end. You said red fruits at first. I didn't get the red fruits at first. I got specifically, I said spiced apple.
You did, yeah.
That's probably it. And it's around chocolate, but now it is very, very like some type of red hot. No, it's red hot. That's what it is. It's not baked strawberry.
I got a very distinct fruit, then spice. You got it all together.
Man, Dustin, this is...
It's more sophisticated now with the water. It's more refined. It's all now a little bit more put together.
Oh, my goodness. That is a great mouthfeel. I mean, I got red hots all over it, though. All over it.
I can see some cinnamon spice coming through there for sure.
Oh,
that was not for me a big part of the experience.
Big for me today, Dustin.
It was spicy, but it was red hot. I don't know if that was the
red hot. Get out of the way, red hot.
So there is like a little bit of a funky kind of burnt something or other, burnt brush or something coming in now. But otherwise, it is super clean, super like
this
chocolate. Like donuts or something going on there.
Get some coal embers in the background, going more towards the smoke notes.
Yeah, like I said, there's like a burnt brush I'm getting.
Kindling. Coal, but just still hot. Still yellow hot coal.
Yeah,
orange hot.
Push through that, man. You get this beautiful, like refined vanilla and chocolate.
Chocolate's always been there. Excellent whiskey. Dustin, what did you pick this up for, my friend?
About 109.
That's up for one of the best bang for your buck whiskeys we've had in a while.
Yeah, good price.
Good price. Where's this good at?
I was just kind of going through Kentucky. I was about 20 minutes deeper into Kentucky than I usually drive, and this random store had it. And I was like, oh, you're gouging on every bourbon here, but you've got this for a very fair price.
This is an excellent nosing whiskey.
Yeah, I'm really impressed by the way the chocolate really has come out distinctly with the water. There was chocolate notes before, but now you just get a nice chocolate. But yeah, and you go back in, man, that charred smoke. God, I need more Glen Scotia peated in my life, man. This is such a good whiskey. I mean, look, Mike, there's a little bit of lack of refinement. There's some spices that are a little off-putting here.
It's aggressive. It's an 8-year-old cask
Aggressive.
whiskey.
I just want to put that out there for people. I mean, we're over here like hyping this almost like it's like a 90, plus 25-year-old whiskey. It's not that. It's got its rough edges.
Yeah, it's a punchy whiskey. But you can tell there's a gem there.
But it's a fun whiskey to drink. It's got great qualities, and it's put together perfectly.
Yeah, these complement these three facets, the three major facets. Almost like the macros of this whiskey is just the Glen Scotia fruity malt, peat, PX. PX takes a back seat. The PX is he's the Scottie Pippen. He's going to be a good teammate and step back and just do what needs to be done. The first two, the Glen Scotia maltiness, the Glen Scotia fruitiness, and the peat smoke, that's Jordan Kobe. Just, I want the ball. I will fight you after practice.
If we're losing, I'm losing.
Yeah. If you're winning and I'm not winning, or if you're hitting the last shot, I'm still losing.
Unless I'm the one who passed you the ball, and then I'm going to talk about how I created the pass for the next 30 years.
Dustin, let's get your whiskey score, man. I'll go first. This is your bottle. I have almost gotten carried away with this whiskey twice when I was thinking about whiskey score. I mean, carried away. I'll just say this. This is one of the most impressive 8-year-old whiskeys I've ever tried. I don't know if I've had a more impressive 8-year-old whiskey in my days. I'm going to try to restrain myself and give this an 88. It is an excellent buy for an 8-year-old. It is an excellent buy for $109 US, currently here at the end of 2024. If you're, again, we like peated whiskeys. I especially gravitate towards peated whiskeys. If you like that, you'll love this. It's a Campbelltown whiskey with a lot of nice fruitiness and a few other things, but it has an Isla over-the-top smoke note to it. And by the way, it's in a PX cask. Tell me how that can't be good.
But not an overdone PX cask.
Nope.
A nice finishing that actually complements the peat.
Yeah, not a first fill, super punchy purple one.
Finishing,
just a nice milk chocolate, nice safety golden parachute for the first two elements of this whiskey. Dustin, tell me I'm wrong. I almost said 89.
So
the smell, at one point I was thinking, this smells like a 90.
For a second there, I was thinking about 90, and I was like,
right?
And then, the finish comes in, and it's really spicy, and it's really, aggressive, and I'm like,
very punchy. Very
no, that's not refined whiskey.
Yes.
And then so I've been going back and forth between 88 and 89.
Right there, brother.
And the arrival is an 89 all day. It's so good, but the finish is like an 87, so I'll go 88. But, man, I wanted to give it an 89. It was so enjoyable. It's a fun whiskey. I will say, it's a whiskey that lasts, I feel like you can't go back for 2-3 pours of this in a setting. Because it just gets spicier and punchier, and your mouth just feels like, all right, man, you give me something else. We're good. But it's not like it's just palate destroying. It's just you just kind of get fatigued of all right, there's too much alcohol, there's too much aggressiveness. I need to move on. But man, it's a great sip. And that's why I picked this up a while ago. It's older than a few bottles I brought today, but I hit this pretty hard because I just love that peat note. Because it is Isla peat. I'm pretty sure they're getting it from Port Ellen or whatever, but with that Glen Scotia malt, it is such a good compliment. Man,
it's a small trip from Port Ellen to Glen Scotia.
It's not far.
I tell you what, that is an impressive 8-year-old whiskey. I can't wait to share it with Keith. Can't wait to share it with my look, man. We found it.
We finally found the 8-year-old whiskey.
We've been digging for you, bro. This is where we came up. Anyway, those are our thoughts on this particular whiskey, the king of the 8-year-olds, at least for now. Keith approved. We'll find out. If you guys had a chance to try this one, love to know what you guys think, especially you fans of not only Campbelltown whiskey, but Isla whiskey as well. If you like that, I'm telling you, I bet you were pretty impressed with this one. Dustin, until next time, what are wish, folks?
Happy playing with Keith, drinking.
See you next time. Welcome, and thank you for joining for another whiskey review. Today, coming from the 2022 Malt Show.
Festival. Show.
Welcome, and thank you for joining for another whiskey review. Today, We're going to take a look at the Glen Scotia 8-year-old PX class. Welcome, and thank you for joining for another whiskey review. Today, we're going to the 2022